So good morning, good afternoon, good evening traders, wherever you are in the world. Victor's FX here. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the weekly outlook. Okay, so weekly outlook is what we do every single Sunday to check the directional bias of the markets. Now if there's any other markets you guys are looking at and you want me to go over it, you could easily comment them in the comment section below. But for now, I'm just going to be making a weekly outlook on EURUSD, which is a major pair that I trade, and sometimes if I have enough time I would go over USDJPY. As you can see here on USDJPY, if you're able to look at my previous video, I didn't really address it, but this was kind of like the zone I drew out, expecting price to come back into the zone and go bullish. And as you can see, we got the delivery to this liquidity high. If you don't understand that, watch my previous video on liquidity. It's right here on my channel. So price actually went above there. We can delete every other thing here, it's not too important. Okay, so price delivered to all the way to this high right here as expected. Okay, just based on simple analysis, why did we analyze price to be bullish a little bit on the JPY pair? It was because of the breaks of the structure to the upside, because the market structure had really given us a very clear bearish trend, and all of a sudden it started shifting against the trend. And if you know what we trade, we don't always want to catch every single supply zone up here, every single supply zone. Now if this market decides to break bearish properly, we'll be happy to ride it lower, but at the moment it's not doing that. It's looking bullish, and we were able to predict all the moves to this upside, which is about, let's check how many pips that is. If we calculate here to here, about 200 pips on USDJPY. I didn't trade it because I normally like trading EURUSD. Now back to the EURUSD for today's for this week's weekly outlook. As explained on the previous video, we are already bearish on the EURUSD, and then at the moment we saw these breaks of structures to the upside, letting us know that price is bullish at the moment until we are proving otherwise. So we are going to stick to the hypothesis that price is bullish, rather than getting on every single sell or trying to catch every single supply zone, to get a trade, which is gonna end up giving us a tough time. Now we explained why this price was bullish, coming from this break of structure, because this was the last lower high to form a new low on this market after pulling back to kind of mitigate something up here, which makes it a very legit lower high. So since that was broken and all the way to this upside, we've been looking for good trades, getting break even, getting a few losses, and overall being on the right side of the trend. Now looking at this price action, we called the last the zone where we're trying to get a buy from. Not directly, we just expect price to kind of reverse from this zone, which is this demand zone right here. You can go and check the previous video, it was also marked out there, so you don't see with hindsight traders or whatever. So that was marked out right there. Why is this zone important to us? Because it's the last low to make a high. Okay, it was the last zone to make this high up here. So since this is the last zone, last demand zone to make the high, resulting in these breaks of structure, and as you can see, before this low was formed, the market was kind of inducing sellers. So a lot of people were looking to sell this zone, because this was the last down push to invalidate all of these people and give them a run for their money, taking their money disrespectfully, as the market has no respect for anybody. Okay, so that was what the market was doing. So leaving this zone behind for us, we called this exact zone last week. I believe price was about getting into this zone. I mean, price was around here. You could check the video. We are not hindsight traders. You could check the video, obviously. Now you can see what the market is currently doing right now. After calling it, obviously, after I told you guys we should look for breaks or structures to the upside, and it was more probable for price to go to the upside as compared to liquidating to the downside. Now that's putting that into consideration, we could easily zoom into this price action to know where we are targeting for the week. Since you already know the general context is bullish, we have come down to a very good zone where we are looking for buys. You could also call this place your order block if you are on the ICT side, or you're learning this kind of stuff, we just try to call it a demand zone, wherever. So looking at this price action, if you follow the mitigation, if you guys don't know what mitigation is, you want to learn more about that, just leave a comment. I read all comments. Now follow the mitigation. You can see everything here got mitigated. Every single candle here got mitigated except for this single imbalance here. Okay, that imbalance leaving us a demand zone. These whole candles can be grouped into demand zones, or you could refine it to this little candle over here, wherever you want. So once price rallied above that alone should be considered a break of structure this way. So that being considered a break of structure, the market still trying to liquidate a lot of people. Watch my video on liquidity, learn more. It made a kind of break to the downside. Take a look at this, inducing all the sellers in the world. So everybody now will be looking for selling this zone with this BTC imbalance. That's if you're on the smart money side. If you're on the retail side, you're just looking to sell this resistance to go lower. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, the market rallied above and took a lot of people out. Okay, at this point, a lot of sellers will still not try to shift their mindset to bullish. Obviously, on the lower time frames, this push to the downside is going to be a lot of pips. A lot of people will get carried away getting those sells. That's why sometimes you should just wait for the pro trend, the trades that are going to align with your trend, to take them in order towards get into the more profitable trades. Now you can see the market did all this crazy rally to the downside, but at the end of the day, it came back to this zone right here, which is more like a fractal spring. That's if you are looking at Wyckoff and all of those stuff, because this came down to liquidate this low fractally and then close above it. So it's more like a fractal spring or a demand zone. So price came and tapped into this zone, and then price rallied higher. Okay, price starting to move away from this zone. Now if you are looking for this, the next point of liquidity is gonna be this place. It's gonna be our next target for this week. So we're just gonna put there as a target. Doesn't mean you should just buy blindly. This is just perspective based. Don't go and risk all your money doing something like this. I know somebody will be tempted to do this. It's likely to happen, but make your research before going into a trade. And we don't like taking those kind of big stop losses with little risk to reward, because we are here to take the most probable trades and be more profitable doing those. So during the week, we should be expecting this price to run this high. Okay, and as a result of running this high, maybe due to some news coming in, run more highs, as a lot of traders are already looking to sell any single zone up here. Any single zone, they are looking to sell this zone, they are looking to sell this zone, they are looking to sell this zone right here. Okay, forgetting the context the market has presented. Okay, we might be wrong and it might just go high, fall off, or go high, fall off, but we are better off looking for bullish trades to liquidate a lot of these people and get this higher time frame target. So the larger target on the higher time frame would be this liquidity point, just based on structure. These liquidity points here will be higher target. Okay, so how do we go in looking for trades for the week? Not really looking for trades, but analyzing for the week. Now during the week, all you have to do is just wait for price action to give you something reasonable in the lower time frame. We have different concepts you can use to get involved in this market. You can use lower time frame redistribution, where the market has been bearish and breaks bullish. Look for ways to get in, and then there are a myriad of ways which you can combine to get involved in this market in order to be profitable. Now this is just EURUSD, and we've spent over 9 minutes doing that. I wonder if you guys added a lot of pairs. Obviously USDJPY is also here, which we predicted this up move last week just by placing this demand zone. And if you wanted to check the trades in this zone, you could easily go down to the 1 minute time frame and kind of like try to locate where the market, okay, you can see where this market touched our zone, and you could have seen a very beautiful trade here, break of structure, and then the market kind of like rallied upwards after all of this. So there was a nice trade here. If you were able to catch it, leave a like, give a comment about that. And on EURUSD, this is our targets, and this is what we want to see the market do. Anyway, if the market ends up doing anything against it, you shouldn't always be on the main reversion side trying to catch the upside. If you see valid breaks to the downside, you are free to get in on the bearish sells on the lower time frames, okay, taking profits and managing as usual. But we just like to come out here, give the analysis on the most probable moves of the market based on experience, based on our strategy, and we like to follow the most probable moves. So hope you enjoyed this one. Have a good day. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel. I love you guys.